Welcome to Blender for Architects with a new tutorial on image composition. We have a 3D model in the foreground, a picture of choice in the background, and we want to composite it. Doing the actual model, this was introduced in the last movie about ray tracing with a cycles render. And now it's on the production, and especially we want to introduce a nodes system of Blender. So this is what we want to do. Let's start on how it works. Go for the cube, give it a material, keep it white. Go for the camera, adjust the camera, adjust the view, the camera view. Okay, go for the rendering, add the light, adjust the light with rotation. So go from zenith to the horizon, something in between. Go for the hour of the day. Here we are, adjust the strengths. This is our model as we introduced in the last tutorial. Now we want to have a transparent background to get the composition done. We can do that with the render shelf here. Go for the film and say transparent film, and you have the checkerboard background which indicates the transparent background. Now we go for rendering, and we get a rendered result in this image view editor. So it's done. Now it's time to introduce the new node editor. It's used for different purposes and different we want to go for the image composition, and we want to use node for image composition. And we get two nodes. One is the input node and one is the output node. And this is the render layer from our 3D view. And we had it here with our render ring. So this was our 3D view. Was here. And this is our input node for the composition, and we have a lot of different layers and so on, so we can split our rendering to different elements, and we will have a corresponding choice here. So we also know scenes, and we have the scenes here as a selection. So this is an input node, and then we have this pipe to the output node. The output node is our actual rendering in the image view. So what we have is a one-to-one connection, and now we can add a lot of other nodes to manipulate whatever we want and put things in between, combine them, layer them, and whatever we want. So first start with a new input. So for example, take an image and go to images, go to the jungle, and now we have two input nodes, the image here and our render layer. So, and we also can introduce a lot of different output nodes. So composite is the rendered result. We have it here. We can go for files, and we are interested in this viewer. So now a connection is done. Click, drag, look for the corresponding colors so they match. Here you can open it, and you see we have a production line from our file image to our viewer. It's here. So you can close it, and with you can make it small. So we even can put this viewer to the background, so by backdrop. So then the selected viewer goes to the background. We can zoom that, it's here. We can move it or get it back to normal size. So what is all this for? So we have other things to add. We can go for color manipulation, color conversion, like Photoshop, filters, vectors, matte, distortion filters, groups and layouts and so on for kind of structure and organization in your work. So what we want to do is, for example, we go for a converter, RGB to black and white. Now you see what we have. We have colored this converter, and by that our viewer gets a black and white version of our colored picture, and this goes to the background. We can have another viewer, simply double it. Go from this image to this viewer, and we have it color. Now if we select this viewer, he goes to the background. If we have this, he goes to the background. So that's the system, how it works. If we want to compose the things, we have to adjust the size. So look for this image, go for the properties in this editor, and you see this is the image size. If we go for our rendering, then we see it here. This is our size. So they don't fit, so we can't combine them. So therefore we need another node. It's a distortion node and it's called scale. So we go for the scale. We can say absolute, go for 128 by 256 pixels, and we get a distorted version of our picture. We can also crop it and translate whatever we like. But in this case, we want to get it to the rendered size, which is this number. These numbers we can stretch, fit, or crop it. So this is how to adjust it, crop it. So now this is a colored version of a proper sized picture ready for composition. Composition is another kind of node. We, for example, say, in this case, we say alpha over. So we can put alpha over here. This image, take this and put it here. And here we are. It's easy like that. So it's a little strange with this, put the mask down on the lower one and the image on the upper one, but that's it, how it works. So if we want to render that, we can go here and we have this version. Clean it up a little. Scale, alpha over, clean that up. We are with this view, this composition, here we are. So if we now render, we have the rendering, then we load the picture and we get this resizing, composition, and put that to our image editor. So that's our result. So it's important to realize that we have a factory of images. So for example, we don't need to do anything simply take another picture, and we get the whole production finished with another background. This is, for example, important if you want to combine animations with movies. So I think that's it, what you need to know. I hope you find it interesting, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye.